Hey guys, Augiesaint here and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'm bringing you my unique tier list for the Sorceress in Diablo 4. Total disclaimer, this is my opinion and it is totally just for fun. This doesn't mean that uniques are bad and whatever. I'm going to rank them how I like them and how I've used them. Obviously I have not used all these uniques as well, so totally leave down below in the comments like I know you guys will, like you should. You know, it's your freedom of speech because this is a free world we live in. Tell me what you guys think of all the uniques and where you would place them. What's your favorites and all that stuff. And in the wise words of whoever said this, why you have to be mad? It's only game. So shout out to that guy because he had it all figured out. So without further ado, let's just hop straight into this video. So we got the S++. This is like the best for me. Best of the best. We all know what's going to be there first of all. Haha. Anyway, A for averagely good. So just your average stuff. B for basically bad. C for can't use, and then what are those, bro? Just get them out of here. Why are they even here? And then I do have them as little pictures down below that I literally just use the, you know, this little thing over there and like cut them out from this website. So we got the Blue Rose, we got Isidorus, Isus, Flamescar, Gloves of the Fulminator, Illuminator, Iceheart Braze, Raiment, we got Staff of Endless Rage, we got Staff of Liam Neeson, TAL RASHAs, and the Oculus. So we'll go by them one by one in the list. So let's start off with the Blue Rose. This is a new unique added recently. These are the stats affixes, but we're just going to look at what it does. Damaging enemy has up to a 30% chance to form an exploding ice spike, dealing cold damage. Triples this chance if the enemy is frozen. Have not actually used this, but I do know that Ice Shards is broken, and like a hybrid Blizzard Ice Shards build is really strong. So without even using it and just seeing what it does, I'm going to go for, this is a pretty good one. I mean, that's above average. There's like an in-between tier, we'll probably put it there. Let me know what you guys think of this one. I've yet to make a ice build since like the start of the game, like the preseason pretty much. But Ice Shards, really strong, was the go-to Sorc build for the longest time. So I'm going to put that at a A. And then let's move on. What do we got? The Isidorus Overflowing Cameo. Upon collecting crackling energy, there's a 15% chance to release a lightning nova, dealing a lightning damage. Does have movement speed and ranks through the shocking impact passive skill, as well as crackling energy damage, which, I mean, we don't really use crackling energy for damage. We basically use it to pick it up for mana. And the cooldown reduction is about the nicest thing there, the movement speed. And obviously the passive is okay. I believe it's the stunning one. But overall, I have actually played with this because I wanted to work it into my Ball Lightning build. But that little Nova that it releases does nothing. It does such small amounts of damage that I just don't see this one being that good. Maybe it's not working as intended. Maybe they can buff it or something. But Isidorus Overflowing Cameo, for me, is going to a C for can't use that. Because there's just no point using this over a different neck with better stats. And especially, you can get damage reduction on the neck, like armor or just flat damage reduction, which you'd need for the higher up stuff anyway. And you don't need more damage, is my opinion. So let's move on. Isu's Heirloom. Your critical strike chance is increased by 20 to 30% of your movement speed. And then we do get critical strike damage as an affix, which is pretty rare because you usually can't get that on boots. Movement speed, obviously, really good. Movement speed again, and mana cost reduction. Overall, the Isu's Heirlooms are very good. I do like these on a lot of builds. They are like really good for speed builds as well as just getting a crit up, because most of the time you're going to be stacking movement speed wherever you can get it. Because movement speed just makes games like these so much better and faster. So we're going to put that for A for average good. I mean, it could possibly be like in the middle again, like the Blue Rose. But as of it stands, we'll also do it like this. So the Blue Rose, I think, is actually not as good as Isus. So we'll put Isus over there. And then moving on to the Flame Scar. Do I need to say more, guys? My flames have definitely been scarred. Yes, I can't. Like, whatever. Lucky hit chance. This is the Incinerate. You periodically shoot embers that are attracted to enemies, each dealing no damage. Oh, fire damage. Sorry, read that a little bit wrong. Damage to burning enemies. Not bad. Mana cost reduction. Not bad. Lucky hit chance with fire damage. That's okay. It does have 3 to 4 ranks of Incinerate. Too bad Incinerate was incinerated straight out of the game files and nobody plays this because Incinerate, unfortunately, is just not that great. I mean, who wants to stop? You go from like movement speed, crit chance, super speed, AoEs blowing off from you, ice spikes and things, to standing still channeling a little flame beam that does no damage. I mean, we could argue that it's just B for basically bad because you can use it. It's just not as good or nowhere near anything else. So we'll put it there, B for basically bad, because you can use it, but it's bad. And this one is just don't use it. Moving on, Gloves of the Illuminator. Fireball now bounces as it travels, exploding each time it hits the ground, but its explosions deal less damage. And we have crit strike chance on the gloves, which is good because your gloves are usually what you use for most of your damage. 2 to 3 ranks of Fireball, another good stat because you are going to be leveling up Fireball, obviously, if you are using these. Fireball attack speed and lucky hit chance to restore primary resource. Honestly, this is one of the best affixes I've seen on like a unique that is going towards a specific build, because no other unique gives you, I mean there is some, but most of them don't give you ranks to the skill that it's based around, which you're going to be using anyway on the gloves, because the gloves is where you usually get that, so, you know, like you're not missing out. But then this is great. Gloves Illuminate, I know the Fireball build, I haven't tried it now, but I have seen, I think, Moxie's version of it on the internet, and it's looking good. He's done some crazy stuff with it. I have yet to try it out myself, just because, you know, loadouts and changing characters is a pain in the butt. But I think we'll put it there, because if you are going a Fireball build, you probably definitely want to put this in the build. So it is a unique that, like, it's build defining. It really enhances that build. Fireball being decent now, still not, you know, like S+, but it is still a pretty decent unique in my opinion. And I have not used it yet. We will be making a Fireball Sorc pretty soon, probably this week with the XP buff. I'm going to go ahead and make a Fire Sorc instead of re-rolling my current Sorc. Ice Heart Braze. Enemies that die while frozen have a 11 to 20% chance to unleash a Frost Nova. These are good, but you don't need that. I mean, because Frost Nova was our like main way of applying vulnerable. So it was very good, but now we have the vampire powers and other methods of applying vulnerable. Obviously, we will lose that at the end of the season, but hopefully next season they give us something else to like apply vulnerable again. So we're just going to go, oh, we didn't look at the stats. We got damage reduction, really good for pens, as that's where you get your DR. Freeze duration, not that great. Damage to frozen enemies, that's pretty good. And max life. So we've got 2 DR rolls on there. So it's not a quad damage reduction, but it's better than nothing. So the Ice Hearts for me get a B. They're not really good, but they're not really bad either. So they're like in the middle there if we had to choose. Who's going to put the... Oh, they're definitely better than that. That guy needs to go like over there somewhere. But yeah, let's move on. Raiment of the Infinite. Now this thing is beautiful. This used to be the bread and butter. I mean, it still is the bread and butter for pretty much every single Sorc build. After using teleport, close enemies are pulled to you and stunned for 2 to 3 seconds, but teleport's cooldown is increased. We like pretty much stack cooldown reduction on every Sorc build, so it doesn't really matter. You get main stat, glass cannon, and then you get damage to close enemies and damage to stun enemies. There's one problem with Raiment. It has no defensive stats whatsoever. It's pure damage as well as glass cannon actually making you take more damage, but you do have 2 damages over there, so you're dipping into both of those, as well as, I mean, your main stat does also give you a little bit of all res as well, so that's not too bad overall. I guess you could consider that to be like a minor defense thing over there. But the main thing is just pulling everything in, and then this also works on your enchantment teleport. So if you have teleport in your enchant slot, it's going to affect the same stuff again. So it's going to pull them in and stun them. And then while stuff are stunned, you can take use of other aspects and things. In my opinion, Raiment is... should we S tier it? I'm going to actually put it as our first S. And probably only the... we'll get there. Raiment. So Raiment, really good. Pretty much every Sorc board can use it and does use it. Maybe some of the ice bolts, or maybe the fire bolts, because the ice bolts, ice shards, you can stay pretty far away. So maybe for that you wouldn't use it, but pretty much everything else you can use it. Staff of the Endless Rage. Every third cast of Fireball launches 2 additional projectiles that deal 20 to 40% increased damage. If you are going the Fireball build with the Gloves Illuminator, I think this could be pretty good. It does have damage to crowd controls as the innate on a 2-handed staff. Fire damage percent, really good, as elemental stuff does stack a lot better. It does have core skill damage, which is also pretty good. Damage to close. Most enemies should be close, maybe with this Fireball build. I haven't played it yet. And then ranks to Inner Flame, which is another passive for the fire one. So not bad, not great. We'll put it like at the same rank of the Gloves Illuminator, because you'll probably be using that for your Fireball build, unless there's something other that something else I don't know. But we're going to just leave it over there, an A for average to good. Staff of Liam Neeson. Now, I would love for this to be good because I love Liam Neeson. Oh, sorry, I mean Lam Essen, whoever that is. But yeah, cast of your charge bolts have 30 to 50% chance to be attracted to enemies and last 300% longer. Too bad charge bolts barely does anything. Lightning damage, crit strike damage, not bad. Crowd control because it's 200 stuff. Damage to close enemies, not bad. up to a 5% chance to restore prime resource. This is actually one of my favorite rolls on Sorc, so that is nice to have it. Although you lose, like you lose 2 aspects, you don't really gain all that much. I mean, it is more damage on charge bolts, but there's better stuff. So Staff of Liam Neeson, we're gonna put you at B for basically bad. I don't even think it's better than the Flame Scar, because this you can still at least do something with it. I mean, the build works, it's just slow, and like, why? Anyway, moving on. TAL RASHA's Iridescent Loop. We're going to put this one, boom, straight there. And we all know why. I did make a video about this recently. Go check it out on my channel. Fully explaining how to take effect of all of these aspects as well. And there was also a comment on that recently that I haven't replied to. Was about this is actually scaling off of itself. So it is like 75% or whatever, just with 4 elements. Because it like multiplies and multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. Every time, you know, it goes up, it's like 15 by 15 by 15 by 15. And this is actually, I think this is wrong over there, the tooltip, because in game the max run is 15%. Anyway, for each type of element damage you deal, gain 15% increased damage for 4 seconds. Dealing elemental damage refreshes all bonuses. So any elemental damage refreshes the stacks, and it's really easy to get all of the stacks up. We can actually get 4 stacks as of right now in Season 2 because of the Poison Vampire power, which I did cover in my video, so if you want to go check that out. But honestly, this ring added to every single Sorc build. Like I said, it's super easy to get all 4 elements covered, and the rolls on this thing is amazing. We got all raised, so resistance to all elements. I like that, because the rings usually have like, they've got all raised at the top, and then the second one they have like all raised to a specific element. I like to have a more rounded out all res, because then you don't have to put as many specific gems in your gear for like a specific element. I like to just round it out. So really good, as well as on a Sorc, or like on other classes you can't really round it out as well because you don't have the intellect helping you, but you can with your Paragon boards and stuff. So overall I would say all res for me, like the double all res, is amazing. And then the affixes on this thing too, non-physical damage, which is pretty much everything a Sorc does, as well as affecting some Paragon nodes as well. Increasing cold damage will like increase some of your other damage as well, because I mean non-physical damage is cold damage, fire damage, lightning damage, anything that's non-physical. Lucky hit chance, not the greatest, but not the worst. Lucky hit chance is really good and useful in a lot of builds on Sorc as well, especially with that lucky hit chance to restore primary resource like I was talking about before. So it will be boosting and helping that as well. And then we have resource generation, also again not the greatest but not the worst either. And then cooldown reduction, absolutely outstanding on a ring. You can't get cooldown reduction on any ring. This is the only ring that I know of so far. Maybe some of the other malignant rings have it as well, but cooldown reduction on a ring is just massive. Really good. So that is why TAL RASHA's is the best unique on Sorc by far. The Oculus, last but not least, we have the Oculus. Now I am not a fan of this because gain the effect of the teleport enchantment. Okay, that's great because it does synergize with the raiment. You gain it for free and it synergizes well over there. When you evade using teleport enchantment, you are taken to a random location. Why that's the thing, I don't know. You can bypass this by using metamorphosis in the vampire powers for as of season 2 right now, but then you don't actually get the raiment proc. Like the stun doesn't actually happen if you have metamorphosis on. So it's kind of a weird little interaction between the two. So if you want to get rid of the random location just to get more increased teleports, then you can use it. Other than that, I would probably not use it. I'd definitely use it in like a speed farming build on Ball Lightning, just, you know, for some speed, as well as the ranks on you are not bad. We get damage on it over there, percent damage, lucky hit chance since it is a wand, and then we get ranks to teleport. So your teleport is going to be on a really short cooldown. If you do manage to get maxed out ranks on your teleport there, and you get max evade charges as well, so your evades are going to become teleports with enchantment, and then attacks reduce evades cooldown. So it's not too bad for like a speed farming, but like I'm saying, like for speed farming, definitely go ahead and grab this one. Not bad overall. So let's see where we're going to put the Oculus. I'm going to go with A if average is good, but it is better than those. Maybe not this one. Wait, why can't I place it? There we go. So this is how I would rank everything. Star, Liam Neeson. Yeah, that's about... Could even put this like over there. Maybe a little bit better than that one. So final rankings. That is my opinion. Although this I would definitely have like over there somewhere, because TAL RASHA is just in a league of its own. Really good. Maybe we could just like all move these down the rank and just have TAL RASHA sitting at the top there. King in the Jungle. King of Sorcs. I love TAL RASHAs. I'm going to add it to every single Sorc build from now on. That is my tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you liked the video, please drop a like and a sub. Helps me out so much. And I'll catch you beautiful people in the next one. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the